that if you are in a position of leadership and you are speaking in that weak language, what is the self-reflection piece of recognizing? Because I have to think that there must be a way of which you're seeing yourself not fully in your potential as a leader. What is it that you need to start seeing about yourself realized, right, as a leader? And what would you say is the first step in really sitting in the seat of that realization of yourself as a leader, if you are using that weak language, because it is telling that there's something that's not in alignment.
Yeah. And then we all have that inner critic in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that voice telling you? And
Mm.
I like to make the distinction between what's the truth
Mm-hmm.
and what's the BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the lie.
Mm.
I think sometimes people say to me, well, I've never done this before. True.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Right.
But what's the lie there? What's the BS? Well, the lie is that I may not have done it before. And the voice in my head is telling me I don't belong here. But I've done all of these things that prepared me to be here. There's always going to be a lie, right? And so I like that distinction. I find really helpful, and to recognize that voice is never going to go away, but we can turn the volume down on it. And when we make that distinction, this is the truth. I hear you. Nope, you're right. I haven't been here before, but this is what I do know. This is where I am an expert. This is what I have done that has prepared me for this moment. And I'm going to go with that. And that turns the volume down. So you and I will stand on that red circle,
right?
Glaring light, right? That voice is like, oh, you've never been here. You don't belong here. What are you doing here?
Right. The imposter.
Yeah. Imposter, all of it.
Yeah.
No. I wish I had counted how many hours. I bet it was close to 100 hours between the application and the delivery. Don't you? Like,
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I know, like when I was walking from the curtains out to the red dot, like the word was like, I belong here. I know what I'm talking about. And I just kept repeating that to myself because it turned down the volume. I've spent 100 hours on this.
Yes.
I know that you prepared the same way I did. So I know that we have that.
Yes.
Yes.
Such a process. Yes.
And you know what's so funny, Sarah? I don't know if this has happened to you, but I did a training on Monday that I've done for a couple of years, but being virtual, it's a little bit different. And I was nervous Monday morning for it because it was a little bit, I know the content and I was so nervous. And then I just had this realization, like, wait a minute, I stood on that red dot. This is nothing.
Exactly. I was like, wait, I did a TEDx talk. Come on. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't that so interesting? Yeah. When you really step into it more and more, it's like a muscle. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I have an experience. Yeah. Oh, I love that, Julie. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to leave people with?
Sure. Well, the way I think about it is, and I've said this so many times before, I like share the wealth, right? When you ask, like, how do you tell someone, how do you give feedback they're using weak language?
Yes.
All joking aside, you have the ease, send them the TED Talk. Like that's the easiest way. But just share it with young girls, share it with young boys. Like, I mean, my son shared it with his friends, boys and girls, and they loved it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So even the teenagers who roll their eyes, but really share it and point it out to people, because I truly believe that this message needs to be shared. That's why I spoke.
Yes.
And I mean, that's why we all spoke. But
yes.
Really, like it's such a little thing to change. Not that it's not hard. I still work on it on a daily basis as well, but it has a huge impact. And so the payoff is huge. It's like the easiest diet you could ever do.
I'm gonna remember that. The easiest diet you can do.
Yeah.
Communication, language,
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
that, Julie.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining me
So
tonight.
fun, Sarah.
It's so great to get to know you. And how can people connect with you, Julie, and the work that you're doing? Where can they connect with you, connect with your work, follow you? Let us know.
Yeah. So my website is julieholunga.com, HOLUNGA. And you can find me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and Facebook, obviously.
Yes.
Yes. And I would love to hear from people sort of the changes that they make. Or I've had people reach out to me years after they've heard me speak and say, I totally eliminated this word. And you help others, because when I hear stories and hear certain words that people have eliminated, I have a glossary going, and I'm continually building and adding words to that, weak and strong.
That's amazing. I have to say, I will leave with these words that you can start adding to your statements. I know, I'm confident, I'm convinced, I suggest, given my experience. That's what I'm going to start using. Given my experience. These are words that we can use that empower our language, put us in the seat of our personal leadership, where we have authority and the power of our language. I really want to say thank you for joining me tonight, Julie, and expanding this conversation with everyone, and share this TED Talk with your friends. Share it with others. This is helpful and an impactful information for all of us to grow from. And I'm excited, Julie.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And I will share the link. I will look for the link for the Sorry Not Sorry. You said it's a Pantene commercial, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out, and I will share that link for sure. And then we are going to have another interview with Hillary Blair next. So I'm really excited about that on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. And also keep an eye out on this page for more of our TED Talks from other speakers. And have a good night, everyone. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Sarah.
Have a good night, everyone.